So I was looking at the news today, and I just briefly wanted to look through it, and then I see Germany triggers gas alarm stage, accuses Russia of economic attack. There it is. I started reading it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like economic attack. Well, there are such things as sanctions, and it's a time of war. Russia is in war, with the Ukraine, with Ukraine. I mean, they attacked Ukraine, whatever, and NATO's been supplying money and ammunition and weapons to Ukraine. It's a time of war. Like, you got these people honestly believe that Russia has to give people gas? I mean, what is they're slaughtering people. They're fighting. There's people dying. Like, what do people economic attack? I mean, who like Reuters wrote that. I don't know if Germany actually thinks that an economic attack. Like, really, is that what you call it? I mean, call it, and then the funny thing was, actually, it's not really funny, but Russia denied that it was premeditated for them to cut off the gas. It doesn't freaking matter, all right? Let's say it was premeditated. It's a good tactical move. It's a good tactical move. Like, fuck you. Like, Evo and I, we're not doing business with you. We're taking over, this whole NATO thing, I mean, I think I made a video about, like, people donated to Ukraine, but it's like, well, why don't you just guys send troops over there and stop the fucking war? I mean, is it because Russia might pull over a nuclear weapon? Well, there's people dying in Ukraine all the time. There's Russian soldiers getting demolished too. But it's just this whole gas thing. Now, to my understanding, this is natural gas or something like that, right? So people mostly use it for what? Heating purposes. You heat up your house, the stove, stuff like that, right? From now on, gas is a scarce commodity in Germany, right? We are therefore now obligated to reduce gas consumption now already in summer. Look, I get it. I mean, I understand it, but and the crazy part thing was, I just so angry as the Polish people still burning coal because it's not environmentally friendly. And I get it in some rural parts of Poland, a lot of parts of Poland. Well, maybe it's just cheaper, It's just cheaper because there's plenty of people in Poland, especially in the winter, old or not. They don't have money for the gas bill, or coal is cheaper, and they need to warm themselves up. And there's people in Poland that they'll openly. I heard they burn a lot of stuff more dangerous than coal. And then Poland got fined by the European Union, and they didn't pay their fines for like a couple, I don't know, weeks or days or something like that. And I was just like, well, this is ridiculous, right? And right here they're talking about that this might be it might be might create an economic not meltdown, but oh geez, what's the word? Inflation. Several European countries have outlined measures to withstand the supply squeeze and avert winter energy shortage and an inflation spike that could test the continent's resolve to maintain sanctions on Russia. So they do have sanctions on Russia. I don't understand. You have sanctions on Russia. Last month I read an article that Germany said, till they're gonna do business with Russia, but at the end of the year, 2022, they're not gonna, do any trades with Russia. So what they're crying about? I mean, complaining about? Is this Reuters just making stuff up or something like that? Economic strike? I mean, oh, it just so happens there's a solar panel ad because I looked for it earlier. I mean, and then it said that European Union, the countries in the European Union, they might go back to using coal as means heating themselves up in the winter and food consumption, whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. I can't believe this. This is astounding. Here's the quote. This is the simplest quote. With struggle comes strength. Strength comes from struggle. That's the simplest way to put it. But it is true, you know. Yeah, I lived for like 2, 3 months on the streets of New York. My car didn't start. I didn't have heat. I didn't have warm food that I could eat. I had to go to restaurants to have for days I wanted a soup. I couldn't afford soup late at night. Something about a hot soup. It felt so good because you need that, you know, in your stomach and stuff. Not just eating cold stuff. It felt really bad. You know. I'm not gonna be a jerk about this and say, "Oh, grow well. Why don't you guys just, you know, man up, toughen up?" I get it. I get it. But with strength comes struggle. And I bought a generator. It wasn't a solar power generator, you know, because I couldn't afford it. I bought a generator to generate, obviously, a power, you know, charge my cell phone so I didn't have to spend time in Starbucks and them acting like idiots. Uh, and I wanted to start my car, maybe generate some heat, and eventually buy a heater, you know. But anyway, these I didn't buy. I bought like an electric one that uses. It started with gas. It runs on gas, but it's half electric and it's very quiet. I bought it for a couple $100. But this is top of the line. I'm gonna look at this. This is a solar panel with a generator. $1,600 US dollars. Uh, 2,000 watt surge wattage solar generator. That's not bad, you know. Let me see. Where's another one? You know, this is pretty good. Oh, jeez, ads everywhere. All right. I think there's 2 panels over there, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and over here you have 110 volts. You know, you have 3 outlets. You have a USB charger straight for your phone. You know, 12 volt 10A. You know, that's the standard, I think. This is pretty good. There's other ones though. This is the one I was looking earlier. Let me see this one. No, that wasn't it. But all right, there's so many. And you know what? You don't need gas if you have that. Seriously. This even says, you know, it says right here. Cycle your fridge or freezer, charge cell phones and laptops, oxygen going, turn on TV, run a fan, extra bike, turn on light. Okay, you know, it could run your fridge. Let's say you run your fridge, you could hook up a heating device to it, and you could heat your food. I mean, you can even hook up medical devices. It comes ready to use and never needs gas ever, right? That's an energy source. It's an alternate energy source. It's new age. We have solar panels for over a decade, more than a decade, and now they're portable even. And you could put that anywhere. You could put that in your backyard. You could put it, I don't know, on the roof of your car, which I was gonna do if I had money back then. Anyway, with struggle comes strength. I mean, 2022 is seriously Germany dependent on Russia's gas. And you know, it's another thing with struggle comes strength. Fanta. You know, Fanta over there. You know, the brand, the soda. At least Wikipedia, and I read this years ago, that you know, U.S. in the Second World War they put sanctions on Germany. So Germany, they couldn't produce Coca-Cola. You know, and they invented Fanta due to embargo and sanctions. They couldn't get it in their country. They invented something new. Out of struggle comes strength. Let's read it. Fanta is a brand of fruit-flavored carbonated soft drinks created by Coca-Cola Deutschland under the leadership of German businessman Max Keith. Let me see. Fanta originated in Germany as a Coca-Cola substitute in 1940 due to the American trade embargo of Nazi Germany, which affected the availability of Coca-Cola ingredients. Fanta soon dominated the German market with 3 million cans sold in 1943. And origins. During the Second World War, the U.S. established a trade embargo against Nazi Germany. Yeah, I mean, at a time of war, it was a world war, I mean, we're not gonna trade. What do you expect? Making the export of Coca-Cola syrup difficult. To circumvent this, Max Keith, the head of Coca-Cola Deutschland, Coca-Cola GmbH, whatever, decided to create a new product for the German market using only ingredients available in Germany at the time. They struggled to create this with whatever means necessary they had. All right, they couldn't get the real stuff for the United States or whatever, so they scrapped up the items, and it wasn't the most important thing, but they wanted their people to have a soda drink, right? It's an example. Anyway, they using only ingredients available in Germany at the time, including beet sugar. Oh, that sounds good. Whey and apple pomace. The leftovers of leftovers, as Keith later recalled. The name was the result of a brainstorming session which started with Keith exhorting his team to use their imagination, to which one salesman, Joe Knipp, retorted, Fanta. The German plan was cut off from Coca-Cola headquarters following America's entry into the war following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. And then eventually says Coca-Cola regained control of Fanta, whatever, and money and everything was just, perfect, right? That's not the point. Point is, I mean, I'm not praising Nazi Germany, but there's intelligence everywhere, and yeah, they created something with little means they had. We have more here, not just in the States, but all over the world. Germany is a rich country, all right. Denmark over there is using, actually, I don't know if it's Denmark or Norway. They're using these equipment to generate electricity or energy from waves, and it's expensive. It's an investment, but this is not expensive on an everyday person. And there's cheaper ones. Like, yeah, you can get Jackery Portable Power Station Explorer lithium battery. So, see, this is cheaper, but who knows? You've got to do research, and there's all sorts of prices. Oh yeah, let's look at this one. How much is this? $434. Yeah, that looks kind of, it does look kind of cheap, but it's very, I don't want to say neat. It's clean. 50 watt. 187 watt hours of power. See, this whole watt thing, it confuses me. The AC outlet, 120 volt. All right. 107 EM battery. Let me see. This is a whole website. This is an actual website that you could buy this from. But let's see what kind of power you'll get. Camera, headlamp. Wait, what? Portable fridge, 8 hours. Yeah, see, that's a smartphone, 16 recharges. Now, the idea is 16 recharges for what kind of smartphone? Because the iPhone and Samsung is a big difference, especially how the battery is. So yeah, let's say it is 16 recharges for that particular panel or battery. It's not good enough for me. It's too weak. I already don't want it. Obviously, you gotta have something powerful. Predator 3500. This is a generator. I think I have the 2000. This is $900. Harbor Freight. I love Harbor Freight. I really do. I'm so excited when I go in there. At least I used to be. Don't mind the ads. Alright, let's. So you have two outlets here. This is, look at this. AC 120 volt. This is the heavy duty stuff. Does it have a USB for the phone? Actually, I wouldn't even want. I could care less, because if I had an outlet like that, I could charge my phone. DC 12 volt preset starter. Now that's just the generator, and I don't think. Yeah, this isn't with the solar panel. I mean, in Brooklyn, there's people powering their portable food, trucks with generators like that, and they're quiet. I mean, I haven't researched the whole solar panel thing thoroughly, honestly, so I can't give you my expertise on that, how we should just switch to that. But it is an alternate energy source that could, you know, be beneficial in the long run. I mean, granted, yeah, probably it's an investment in Germany, United States to put something like that on your roof and stuff. But people do it. I think I learned that the solar panels need to be serviced. Except these, you could probably, I don't know, maybe you could fix them yourself or you could replace them after a while. But I mean, it's like, are people really that struggling that they're gonna go back to burning coal when there's technology like this around? I just don't understand it. I really don't. Like, yeah, I was living in my car. I was buying tents, and I was gonna buy, give tents to people. I was like, maybe I'll just go live in a tent in a forest somewhere, just sleep and come back to the car because I had no room. But it was like, I didn't even think about burning coal, and I know I could have to get warm. I wasn't gonna do that. I burned candles, and I found them on the street or something like that. People threw them out. But it's like, why would I even burn coal? Like, and that's, Germany, one of the richest countries in Europe, and they were, yeah, they were angry in Poland. They get a European Union and like fine Poland for burning coal. I mean, well, the Polacks right along. That no one has access to this stuff, and this is like personal. This is this isn't industrial things. Okay, look at this. This is the most expensive one that I came off on. I'm not even researching this. It's $4,000. Oh wow, 4,000 watt, 220 volt output. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Off grid mobile backup. Now that looks like the Bitcoin stuff or something like that. It's some heavy duty stuff. And you got two batteries here. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. This is incredible, but I'm not into this. All I'm saying is like this is personal stuff that people can buy on their own. I understand if you have a house, well, where you gonna put the generator and stuff? Well, you can put solar panels like that, and have a form of a heater and stuff. This is the one I have in my house. I have two of them. Someone left them behind, but I was gonna buy it. It's $80. It's the old radiator heater. $85 ago. Is the same pro. Oh, okay. They have all different kinds. Let me see. Yeah. See, I don't like the heater with the grill and like I remember we had this in Spain. It was scary. Yeah, it generates a lot of heat, but it's dangerous. A radiator heater. This one runs on oil and an electric output. It has oil. Okay, with all different kinds. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is it. Amazon's choice. Amazon, actually, their choices, the ones they have, they're right on point. Granted, it could be on the ranking, but they're correct with it. Yeah. Let me see. All right, come on. Let me see. See, it has a cord, so obviously you need to plug it in. But in a room, like an average room, honestly, like 10-15 minutes, and it's warm. You could leave it on for the whole night on low and stuff, or you could turn it off when the room heats. I mean, yeah, that's have three heat settings. In the winter I used to put it on. You have to put it on. I used to put it on low, and then I used to put it on medium and high. But 7 oil-filled fins that are permanently sealed with diathermic oil, maintenance-free, never needs refilling. Right? Yeah, it just has this oil in there, but you plug it in, to the electrical outlet and generates heat, and you could get the energy source from solar panels. It is an investment. I don't know what the prices are in Germany and stuff for solar panels and stuff like this, but I mean, these people are actually saying they're gonna have some kind of economic crisis and people are gonna resort to burning coal. I mean, is it Reuters out of their minds, or the way the world is right now? I can imagine there's probably people that don't even know how to find this and hook it up, But it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Because yeah, you have to like hit rock bottom sometimes and think outside the box. I remember years ago. The place where I'm living right now, I flooded because my dad he didn't want to buy a generator. Also, the sub pump we had was old and it malfunctioned. In Rollway here in Jersey, we had a flood. It was a terrible hurricane, and our whole basement was flooded. They had to take water with buckets and stuff. But there's sub pumps out there, and people don't even know what a sub pump is and stuff. They live in the basement. But that's another thing. This is another thing. It's an alternative energy source. And when I was buying the generator, actually I was buying something else, not the generator. Me and this guy we were talking about outside of Harbor Freight. He's, oh yeah, well, the solar panel things, the things you can do with that. There's a guy starting his own business, this and that. It's just such a great idea. Imagine if they go and they sell. You could bring the cost down eventually, and obviously the solar panel gets the energy from the sun, so it's gonna be cloudy and in the winter, I guess, you're not gonna have that much of an input, unless there's just sunny days, and yeah, in the winter it would be kind of bad. There's still some sun in the winter, right? Here in the States, I mean, we have deserts. South America, there's deserts. There's Africa, Why isn't any, like, a company and stuff that just, wants to, I don't know, maybe make some money at the same time, reduce energy costs and stopping inflation if it happens? Just buy a place in the most sunniest place like Africa, North Africa, or Central Africa. Solar panels, grid and connected, have an energy source. But on a personal level, if it's not too sunny in winter, there's still some sun, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna generate some energy. I mean, and here, let's look at this, because what if you could just generate energy from the solar panels and save it in like a this okay, this is the 2 4 generators, or like a battery, like a portable battery from solar panels over the summer, and maybe you have enough energy for a month or 2 months. Is it possible? Probably be a lot expensive for that battery, right? And I understand that when it gets really cold that people will have to resort, to some kind of energy source. But coal, I mean, are they really gonna go back to burning coal again?